Okay, folks, we're going to answer a few questions that have been sent to us via Facebook and Twitter. The first question comes from Ken Grant. Brian, I'll let you answer this one. Is what type of habitat is required to sustain both eastern brook trout and rainbows in the same body of water? And second part of his question is the province interested in expanding this brook, the brook trout fishery?
Yeah, so for the first part of the question, basically rainbows and brookies will coexist in the same types of lakes, but brook trout do prefer more structure in the lake. So if you think about some of the brook trout lakes that we have, both brookies and rainbows,
Yep.
a lot of structure, logs in the water,
Yep.
rocky outcrops,
Yep.
they seem to like that more, but they'll both coexist in the same place. So to answer the question about expanding stockings of both brook trout and rainbow trout in the same lake, that's a question that the province has to answer. But one of the contributing factors is you have to consider is not every lake makes a good lake for both brookies and rainbows.
Yeah.
And so there's not a lot of ideal lakes out there that would support both brookies and rainbows.
Great. Okay, second question comes from Keith Mackey. And Keith's son actually was on one of our contests and did a film. His son did a funny spoof on our YouTube page, which is great.
Good.
So we'll have to, you guys make sure you check that out. It's a pretty good story he's shared with us. Keith's story is when starting, if a chironomid on rod 1 is off the bottom, where do you put chironomid rod 2? Halfway between the bottom and the surface? And so what he's alluding to is, if he's in a boat by himself, he's fishing 2 rods with with chironomids,
Yeah.
he wants to cover that water column,
Yeah.
obviously. So what's a good depth, and what does he
Or,
want to
or
cover?
he could be, there could be 2 people in the boat and each have
Sure,
got a rod
yeah,
up.
even better, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously rod 1 should be within a foot of the lake bottom. And then if I was fishing the second rod, I wouldn't be going halfway up in the water column.
Okay.
I'd go a couple feet higher than the first rod, or even a foot higher,
Sure.
and use that rod to slowly go up in 6-inch intervals. But I think in large, you're going to be spending most of your time within 3 feet of the bottom of the lake.
Sure, awesome, great. Thanks for answering those questions, Brian.
Sounds good.
Good. And viewers, if you got questions too, make sure you send it in. Check out our Facebook, Twitter page. Get a hold of us via whatever, YouTube as well. And we look forward to answering your questions in the future.
Stay connected with BC Outdoor Sport Fishing on the web, on Facebook, and on Twitter.